Let me continue the topic. How the changing electric field produces magnetic field. So, here we are considering a charging parallel plate capacitor. Charging parallel plate capacitor. It is of charges plus Q and minus Q. Right? So, now we are assuming here in between the capacitor plates there is a non-conducting medium. Here there is a non-conducting medium. Now what will happen? Here the capacitors get charged because of this external source voltage here. Right? Now automatically what will happen? Current can be flows to the wire. That current is called as a conduction current. That is IC. IC is nothing but conduction current. So once the current can be passing through the wire, the current can generate the magnetic field around the wire. Yes or no? Yes. So the current can be passing to the wire, the magnetic field can be generated around the wire. So we can use here Ampere's circuit law because we have to strengthen the magnetic field at a point, right? So by Ampere's circuit law, which states that the line integral of the magnetic field B vector around any closed loop is equal to mu naught times the net current enclosed by the loop. That equation is closed integral of B vector dot dl vector could be equal to mu naught into I of t. That is the line integral of the magnetic field around a closed loop is equal to the mu naught times the net current enclosed by the loop, right? So how will you calculate the magnetic field at a point? So that we are considering, so here plus q and minus q. How will you calculate the magnetic field at a point? So I am going to draw one Ampere loop. It is of circular shape, so which encloses the surface here that I consider S1. Here I am going to keep the point P here. Now how will you calculate this magnetic field at a point P near the wire? Yes. So by using Ampere's circuit law, the equation is closed integral of B vector dot dl vector could be equal to mu naught into IC. How it comes IC here? Because once the voltage can be applied means the current can be passing here and automatically for the surface S1 IC current is passing. So the equation is closed integral of B vector dot dl vector could be equal to mu naught into IC. Right? Suppose for the same surface I am going to take one more surface here. I mean one more shape of the surface. At the time what becomes the magnetic field here? The same surface S1 here. I am going to draw one more surface. It is of different shape. That is a balloon shape here. That I consider the surface is S2. The same point P here. Now what is the magnetic field at a point P here? By using Ampere's circuit law, the equation is closed integral of B vector dot dl vector could be equal to 0. How it comes 0 there? Because for the surface S1, IC current is passing. Right? For the surface S2, the wire does not touch the surface here. So there is no current is passing and the magnetic field at a point P is 0 here. So that the equation is B vector dot dl vector could be equal to 0. Right? So from these two equations, Maxwell's conclude that there is an inconsistency of these two equations. So he conclude that these two capacitors get charged because of this external source of battery here, right? So the current can be passing here, automatically electric field can be produced, right? So here there must be a current, it can be associating with the changing electric field, right? So that the displacement current can be produced. How it can be produced? The time varying electric field or electric flux can be existing between the plates of the capacitor. At that time the current is produced, that is called as a displacement current here. Because here the positive charge and negative charge is here and just we are considering the electric field can be passing here. That is E vector, right? So there is a non-conducting medium only. For our assumption plus and minus, the electric field can be passing from positive to negative. So in between the plates, the electric field or electric flux can be existing. That current is called as a displacement current here, right? Yes. So simply we should say that the time varying electric field or electric flux can be existing between the plates of the capacitor and the current can be produced. That is the displacement current. That we can mention it as ID. ID is nothing but displacement current. Now what are the equations for the displacement current? So I consider from Gauss law. From Gauss law. Why I took Gauss law here? Because in Gauss law only the electric flux can be equal to the 1 by epsilon naught times the net charge enclosed by the surface. So from Gauss law the equation is electric flux phi E could be equal to integral of E vector dot dA vector. That could be equal to EA because it is in the dot product term. So EA cos theta, there is no angle here between electric field and the area of the plates here. So it could be 0. So cos 0 becomes 1. So we can get what is that? EA here. So phi E could be equal to EA. That could be equal to Q by epsilon naught. This phi E is nothing but electric flux. So electric flux could be equal to EA could be equal to Q by epsilon naught. By the definition is by changing the electric field or electric flux, that was only displacement current, right? So change in electric flux. Now the equation becomes, this is first equation and second one, this is third. So from equation 3, from equation 3. So change in electric flux means d phi E by dt. d phi E by dt. That would be equal to, and this term becomes 1 by epsilon naught dq by dt. dq by dt. So 1 by epsilon naught dq by dt. We know that charge by time is nothing but current. That current is nothing but displacement current. So d phi E by dt could be equal to 1 by epsilon naught of ID. That is displacement current. By doing cross multiplication, we can get the displacement current here. So d phi E by dt could be equal to ID by epsilon naught. By doing cross multiplication, epsilon naught into d phi E by dt could be equal to ID. This is the equation for displacement current. This is the equation for displacement current. Now the Ampere's circuit law becomes closed integral of B vector dot dl vector could be equal to mu naught into I, because Maxwell's modifies this Ampere's law, that is closed integral of B vector dot dl vector could be equal to mu naught into I. This I is a net current. That could be equal to IC plus ID. That is closed integral of B vector dot dl vector could be equal to mu naught into IC plus ID. So the total current is equal to the sum of the conduction current and the displacement current here, right? Yes, this is the modified form of Ampere's circuital law. Maxwell modifies this Ampere's circuital law, right? Suppose if the constant current is applied between the capacitor plates, this capacitor plates, once the constant current is applied means automatically the displacement current becomes 0. At the time the equation is, for the constant current, the equation is B vector dot dl vector could be equal to mu naught into IC. That time ID could be equal to 0, right? So in between the plates, IC could be equal to 0. Between the plates, IC could be equal to 0. And that time the equation becomes B vector dot dl vector could be equal to mu naught into ID, right? So ID could be equal to 0 means here the total current I could be equal to IC. And here IC could be equal to 0 means the total current I could be equal to ID. This is the important 1 mark question. Okay, that's all.